Webheads, comic book fans, this is my top 10 most anticipated comics for October 12th, 2022, which is my anniversary. Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. Guys, hopefully this list will help you make decisions on what comic books to buy, and it's never too early to start that pull list for next week. So before we dive into it, guys, I got to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, the Night Library. So there's nothing wrong with reading free comic books, so why don't you check out the Night Library? Here at the Night Library, you can find free comics, free manga, free graphic novels, and more. Some books already in the archives: Red Hunt, a gritty action-packed story of violence, monsters, and the blood-crazed hunters who seek them out. Some men hunt the monsters, others they become them. Also available, Song of Stone and Warlock. New content is always in the works, and make sure you sign up for the Night Library newsletter for up-to-the-minute updates on latest projects, sweepstakes, and new releases. So not only is the Night Library providing you free comic books, but if you enter your email and join their mailing list, they will send you a free gift. It's a win-win, no risk for you. So check out the nightlibrary.net. I'll leave it in the description box below. Welcome back, everyone. So let's kick off this countdown now with the hot seat, and the hot seat book is Batman Incorporated issue 1. Batman Incorporated is piquing my interest, right? However, I'm not a fan of Ghostmaker. I was never a fan of that character, and it looks like his overall sidekick is going to be Clown Hunter, which is another character I'm not a huge fan of. But we have an overall team here of all of the Batman Incorporated characters. It could be an interesting story. We'll see how it goes. It's done by Ed Brisson and John Timms. So, I don't know. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Hopefully it's good. 32 pages, and this one is $4, so not overly priced. The book that's on the rise, though, is Dark Spaces Wildfire, issue 4. This book has been actually really good, about a corrections officer who's in charge of putting out firefighters, and she has inmates that are with her, and they all planned on doing this particular job because there's this guy that screwed them over, and they're trying to steal Bitcoin and get the server out of the place. But you know what? The whole building's catching on fire, and they're being enclosed, and there's also people after them as well, thinking, I guess they know where they're at. I don't know. It's a great cliffhanger of a story after reading the last issue. I love all the firefighter references in it. It's a great book written by Scott Snyder, and this one is a $3.99 book. All right, coming in at number 10, we have Star Wars Visions issue 1. Now, this wasn't going to be originally on the countdown, but it seemed very interesting as we get a combination of Star Wars infused with feudal Japan, and it's a must-read book for Star Wars and manga fans on top of that. So, I don't know, man. It looks interesting. The cover looks pretty cool. I'm into Japan fighting style stuff and Star Wars combined. I'm all for that. I'll give it a try. Looks awesome. Let's see what happens. 36 pages, $5. Don't know what to expect, though. All right, coming in at number 9. I liked the first issue, but it didn't blow me out of the water. Hopefully it gets better. This is All Out Avengers issue 2, and it seemed like we were thrusted into a middle of a story arc and then it ended. So I felt lost going into that first issue of All Out Avengers, and I'm not sure if you guys agree with me there, but this time now we're going into a new story arc, and it has to deal with Doctor Doom, and it looks like our heroes are going against Doctor Doom, but the person that can also save them is Doctor Doom. So I don't know what to expect there. All as I know is Doctor Doom is in this comic book, so it definitely warrants the consideration of continuing this story. If this book is not good after issue 4 or so, I'll probably drop it. I like and love Greg Land's artwork. I think his artwork looks great, but it's very stiff. It's made for pinup pages, right? So we'll see how this one goes. This is 28 pages, $4. moving on to number 8, we have Spawn issue 334. Always a great book. I feel like this one story has been going on for a very long time. And here's the description. Spawn receives a cryptic message from someone he thought dead. Could this be a cry for help, or is it a trap to ensnare the Hailspawn? So we got these dead zones that are closed, and Spawn has been keeping them closed so no one can come in or out, and people are trying to ambush him to get to open these things. It's been drawn out, but it's still been entertaining to read all the different types of Spawn books. The artwork is always good. 24 pages, I'll say it every time, it's only $3. Coming in at number 7, we have Daredevil. This is issue 4. So, yeah, Daredevil's leading up to the point where we're going to get Daredevil and Frank Castle teaming up together. Once they get up to that point, I feel that this book is going to go higher up my list. Daredevil's dealing with a bunch of different things happening. It's a slow build-up. It's kind of like how the first volume was. And I felt like the first volume was really under the radar until things started really taking off there. So I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing here. So pretty solid third issue. This pretty solid, pretty solid second issue. Third issue, not as strong. We'll see what happens with issue 4. 28 pages, $4. Moving on to number 6. We have the final issue of the Jurassic League, guys. Yes, our Jurassic League members are going against Darkseid. Who will win? Who will lose? In fact, that's not his name. I forgot what his actual name is. This is the Darkseid version of the Jurassic League characters. Great book. I love it. It's been fun from the very first issue to the very, I'm sure, last issue. Hopefully we'll get some toys. Maybe we'll get a volume 2. I love the artwork in this book. So great. 32 pages, and this one is $4. So remember, guys, after number 1, we are not done, as I'm going to be discussing some of the noteworthy comic books getting ready to also hit store shelves. And because, you know what, this is just my top 10. It may not be yours, so I want to cover some more of those books. So moving on to number 5, we have Ghost Rider issue 7, written by Benjamin Percy, titled Shadow Hunters. So if you read the last issue of Ghost Rider, he had that creature inside of his head, and it's been inhibiting him to turn into Ghost Rider when he wants. He can't remember things. He's been waking up and out of nowhere, and it's been a problem from Johnny Blaze. Well, he teamed up with Wolverine. Wolverine did this lobotomy on him, got the creature out of him. Right? And now he's going to be Johnny Blaze once again. We still have these FBI agents, these supernatural agents chasing after Ghost Rider. It's been a great story. I love it so much, man. This is definitely a book I was not expecting to be this good this year. So this one is legacy numbering 250, 28 pages, $4. Moving on to number 4, and when I saw this make its return, I'm like, yes, baby. This is Chicken Devil Volume 2, Issue 1. That's right, guys. This was this chicken franchise owner, Mitchell Moss, who owned this chicken joint, and his partner was with the wrong people. He was, hiding heroin or drugs or whatever it is in the restaurants. And then what happens is one of the restaurants gets burned down, the drugs go missing, and then all of a sudden it became this huge, big deal. Things spiral out of control. It became like this Breaking Bad situation. It's been so intense. He thought his family is dead. So because his family is dead, he had to get vengeance on his family. He started killing everybody. And now we're getting a volume 2, man. Oh my God. This was such a freaking great book. I can't wait for Chicken Devil Volume 2 to come out. It's done by Aftershock Comics. Check it out. If you haven't read Volume 1, you would love it. 28 pages, $5. Moving on to the top 3 now. We have Batman vs. Robin, issue 2, House of Secrets, House of Death. So We have Damian in the last issue. He's possessed by some kind of magic, which you think it's done from the devil Neza, who was introduced in World's Finest. This is written by Mark Waid, and we get to see Alfred make his return back into the book. Is it really Alfred, or is it just a magical illusion? We still don't know yet, right? But we get to see Batman trying to protect Alfred from Damian because he's going after him. We get to see that all these magical different heroes from the DC universe, like Swamp Thing and like Constantine and Santana, and everybody has also been possessed by this magic. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect of what's going on with this book, but the first issue was definitely really well done. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. This book is 48 pages, and this one is $6. Coming in at number 2, can never deny it, guys. We have The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 11. After a couple of issues of not dealing with the main story whatsoever, we get it back on track with the main story, and we get the return of the Hobgoblin. So what's been cool about this version of Spider-Man, right, is that we get the return of classic characters. We get, we've had the Vulture come back, we're getting the Hobgoblin come back, we had Tombstone come back, and I like that. It goes into, you know, Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. I just wanted to see some more story progression, like what's going to happen. But this obviously is going to lead into something bad happening to Norman Osborn, and what's going to also lead into this whole Dark Web event that's getting ready to come out as well. So we'll see what happens. But with that being said, I'm sure we're going to get the return of John Romita Jr.'s artwork. So let's see. Legacy numbering 905, 28 pages, $4. All right, so what's number 1? Well, of course, it's got to go to Do a Powerbomb, issue 5. Probably the least amount of wrestling fan or knowledge right here, guys. I've not watched wrestling since like the early days of WWE, when it was WWF, and like, you know, Hulk Hogan and Undertaker and, you know, all those other King Kong Bundy and all those Ric Flair and all those characters, right? But this book is the shit. This is a legit book, probably a contender of book of the year for me. So well done, as you get to see a father and a daughter team up to try to bring their mother back to life. But oh yeah, the daughter doesn't know that she's wrestling with the father, and the father killed the mother in the ring long time ago. Insane story, and I want to see what happens when the daughter actually finds this out, right? Very emotionally driven. The artwork by Daniel Warren Johnson is second to none. I love how he brings the action to life by adding sound effects to it. So good, man. Do a Powerbomb, issue 5 is a must-read. 28 pages, $4. All right, so number 1's done. Don't go nowhere, guys. We're moving on to those noteworthy comic books. And the book that I stopped reading is Venom. I cannot take that book. It's just not for me anymore. It's too way out there. It's just, it's gone to a whole other planet. So we got Venom issue 11. Next, for the Star Wars fans, we have Star Wars issue 28. Looks pretty interesting. Luke wearing an Imperial costume there. Next, we have Gambit. This is issue 4, right? So it's continuing that story. And then we have Black Panther issue number 10. As you can see, I'm not highlighting any of the Axe Judgment stuff, as that is really taking over Marvel for this particular comic book week, so I'm staying away from that crap. So we have next, and Namor the Submariner issue 1, so new number 1, getting ready for Black Panther to come out. And then we have Punisher War Journal Brother issue 1 getting ready to come out. Next, we have Wakanda featuring Shuri. And then we move on to DC Comics. We have Wonder Woman issue 792. Have not read that book in ages. Have heard nothing but bad things about it. Next, we have the Superman Son of Kal-El issue 16. Kal-El returns part 2 as Action Comics and this book are crossing over with each other. So he reunites with his father. For Batgirl fans, we have Batgirl issue 11. And then we have, for Flash fans, The Flash, the Fastest Man Alive issue 2. For the horror fans, we have DC Terrors Through Time, issue 1. Then for the kids, we have the Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries, issue 1. Then for our independent fans out there, we have IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have issue 133. From Boom, we have Once and Future, issue 30. Great Dan Mora cover there. I've heard good things about this book, but I don't read it. This is Starhenge, issue 4, or book 1, number 4, done by Liam Sharp. Then we have Death Dealer. This is issue 6. We have a couple issue 1s. This is called Hitomi from Image Comics, issue 1. Then we have another book from Boom. This is a new number 1 called The Approach, issue 1. This is a horror book. Looking forward to this one. And then another issue 1 called Halloween Party. So we have some horror books and new number 1s for you. So there you guys have it. There are my most anticipated and noteworthy comic books getting ready to hit store shelves October 12th, 2022, my anniversary. And of course, guys, if you love any of these books, leave it in the comments below what you're looking forward to. And if you love the content, I'll leave you my content right here, my top 10 comic book covers of the week, where you can vote on your favorite comic book cover. And of course, guys, as always, keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read your comics. Guys, I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.